Thomas MacLaren School is a K-12 classical liberal arts school located on the east side of Colorado Springs.
The founders of MacLaren were fairly confident that we knew what a good education was. That is, a classical liberal arts education in which there was one curriculum and no tracking, where all of our students could reach a real level of rigor and mastery, but we were also deeply committed at the same time to making this as widely available to as many students as possible. And so making this a tuition-free public school has been part of our mission from the beginning.
At MacLaren, we foster a community of kindness, friendliness, and peace. You can see that every day in our students relating to one another, relating to their teachers relating to them.
For the kindness, it's one of my most favorite things because, for example, there's a new kid in their class or in the school, they know not to be mean, to make them feel comfortable.
Our upper school students encountering our lower school students in the hallway, giving them high fives, giving them fist pumps, just creating that friendship, that peaceful environment.
The faculty encourages kindness and creating a safe environment for everyone.
Once I've gotten into the workforce and started talking to people and making friends at other schools, they talk about all these fights that happen. And I say, oh, that's normal for you guys? This school is so good at keeping these very common problems that plague other schools out of our lives that I wasn't even aware that they were as prevalent as they are.
This is what allows us to love learning, is if we know we have this culture marked by goodness and respect for one another.
We have students come in from other schools and share, I didn't know a school like this could exist. I didn't know this could be my experience of a school. For many students, it is the safest place in their lives.
The core knowledge sequence is a very elegantly sequenced body of curricular content and curricular standards that is built on this powerful idea that the more kids know, the more they are then able to learn, that knowledge really builds on itself, and that kids who have a broad base of background knowledge about science, about the arts, about world history, about American history, are really well equipped to be lifelong learners and have built a foundation for a lifetime.
At MacLaren, you study such a broad variety of topics that cultivates a curiosity about the world around you that's really unmatched. Post MacLaren, the foundation is laid for you to really be able to be a well-rounded human being and a well-rounded student of the world.
The core knowledge sequence is also just a lot of fun. Kids love to learn real content. They love to learn real ideas, real history. We do them a disservice if we don't feed that hunger, so we want to give them as much rich, meaty, meaningful content about the world as we can.
We think all human beings are hardwired to learn. We want to make sure the students are not learning for the sake of a grade, for the sake of a test, for the sake of getting into college, for the sake of a good job. Those things will come, but we want to both respect the material at hand and respect dignity as a human being and is not just a test taker.
In instilling this desire to learn philosophy in me, the school has inspired me to study this kind of stuff outside of school.
I also felt like it taught me how to think, not just what to think. I think it's easy for classes to become just like digesting information, but at MacLaren, they make a strong effort to teach you how to think for yourself and how to explore concepts and go deeper and learn things for yourself, and that has really benefited me as an adult.
They've been taught how to love learning. They've also been taught how to think. And I think they're prepared to go to college and have conversations with people and be able to articulate their thoughts.
A student who comes to MacLaren can certainly learn the things necessary to pursue vocational pursuits in later life. But what it does is add a degree of reflectiveness and thoughtfulness that goes with students from MacLaren, no matter what other pursuits they may take up in later life.
The one-track curriculum is that every single student deserves the best we have to offer. We don't want to say, oh, that student isn't as talented in math. You know what, let's not give them calculus. Let's just have them settle for algebra. No, they may have various abilities, but all of them deserve the best. And we will support them all to get the best.
There's no one that feels left behind. There's no one that doesn't feel as smart as the other person. Everyone's taking in the same material, and it's okay not to understand because of the environment that MacLaren has, the ability to ask questions.
Our highest good is not that you get the right answer right away. Our highest good is that you are learning along the way, which means you're going to get some things wrong sometimes. What our highest good is the process, the struggle, the questioning, the willing to take a chance and then realize what it was that was wrong or incorrect and then take that as a next step.
I just find a lot of richness in having students with a variety of abilities and a variety of natural ways of thinking in a classroom together. And I find that part of that experience supports the students who maybe would naturally struggle more with mathematics.
So yes, there are people of varying abilities and levels within each course, but we think this provides them great and important opportunities to have conversations, to push each other, and to really gain confidence that this curriculum is for everyone.
The beauty of the single track curriculum is it builds that cohesive connection between grades, and students feel a part of something greater than just the club they're in or the class they're in.
MacLaren believes that the arts are for all students, so here we don't treat them as electives. Instead, every student is involved in making music, making art in the studio, and in making drama on stage. It actually creates a really beautiful culture where juniors and seniors will look forward to drama because that's an important piece of all of their education, rather than a part that's just reserved for people who are good at it. I think it's really important that we give every kid an equal opportunity to excel.
Probably would have never taken a drama class. Since we take it at MacLaren, I'm now reciting Shakespeare. Actually today, we have a play today. And it's just been such a great experience. And I probably would have never played the cello, but MacLaren has given me the opportunity to play an instrument and be in an orchestra and have that community.
I think one of the big values of orchestra is students build a lot of sense of community with their entire class, working together to make beautiful music, to discover great pieces of music. We don't pick popular music of the current day, but we do try to expose the students to a lot of the classics, things that have stood the test of time.
It is beautiful to see every student in the school producing self-portraits by the end of senior year. And so I think this sense that there are not math people or drama people or art people, but truly as people, we are able to participate in all of those things.
Students are known and seen here. The set curriculum, students are taking all the same classes. That helps students just feel more part of the life of the school. Our no phone policy, where students aren't lost in their screens during passing periods and during recess and lunch.
I love the community here. I have been going since 6th grade, and so I'm so close with all my classmates.
The community, the way we do stuff here, the way that we get to know people, we get to know things that you wouldn't normally see. So that's what I like about coming here. It's different from others.
I love the MacLaren community because we think the best of one another. We're so supportive of one another. We all are on board with supporting the school and the teachers. And we know beyond the shadow of a doubt that we have amazing teachers and staff. We are going to be their rah-rah team behind them.
Thomas MacLaren will show its success inside our walls every day when you see faculty members who are themselves awake and alive to learning, who are leading an engaging classroom through their love of their material, be it grammar, love of language, love of original text, love of music, love of mathematics, and their love of the students in front of them. And they draw and pull the students into that love and help the students themselves become awake and alive to learning.
I love watching the excitement and joy in students' eyes when they discover something new and their excitement throughout the day.
We see this success in our alumni who go on to become successful engineers but also play in their community orchestra. Our alum who say thank you for teaching us how to write. We see success in our alum who say thank you for creating a space that really taught me how to have a conversation about important matters with other people with whom I disagree, but with whom I can still be friends.
I've been really grateful that I can talk to a really wide breadth of topics because of my foundation here. So I've read many of the classics and can dig into some philosophy and have those critical conversations, as well as talk about music and appreciate music in the world and appreciate what it takes to craft something so particularly beautiful within a group setting. There's been a lot of times in my postgraduate life that I get to experience an elevated beauty in the world because I have a foundational understanding of what it takes to get to that conclusion, just purely from my education here at MacLaren.